You know that little thing you use called the World Wide Web? You're probably using it right now to view this video, and there's also a good chance you use it a lot during your work, probably doing research or for school papers. Imagine what life would be like without it. Well, we can owe a lot of the reason we have the World Wide Web today to a leader who practiced nonpartisanship in their leadership style. We're going to get to that and a lot more in how you can be and build better bosses in your business today on Boss Beat, a latte of leadership for those seeking to do just that. I'm Ben, and yes, I do like my bees. Now, the gentleman I'm speaking of is Sir Tim Berners-Lee. From 1984 to 1990, he was a contractor and later fellow at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, also known as CERN. There, Berners-Lee had a challenge. Massive amounts of research information, hundreds of researchers, if not thousands, all having a need for a simple way to share their knowledge. He'd often reference social science concepts like open communication and interconnectivity and equal access in his theories about the possibilities and potential of an interconnected knowledge-sharing platform. Now, at that same time, in the late 80s, there was this developing thing called ARPANET, which stood for Advanced Research Project Agency Network, and it was the precursor to the internet. It eventually connected educational and research institutions using technology that was developed by the military to maintain connectivity in case of a nuclear attack. ARPANET was evolving into the internet around the time that Berners-Lee was doing his first stint at CERN. As a result, he leveraged that in his concepts. He proposed a way to create and share information across institutions using a simple visual layout he would eventually call the World Wide Web. He created the first website, in fact, in 1990, late 1990, describing what the World Wide Web was, how to use it, and how to create your own website was pretty much all that was on that very first website. A few months later, he posted on an online discussion platform back then known as Usenet, asking for basically anybody who was interested and that might be interested in conducting some sort of support for this growth of this World Wide Web. Today, Tim continues to fight for his vision of a more open, equal access vision of the World Wide Web. Concerned about the consolidation of power and control to a handful of major corporations like search engines and social networks, he now works on a next-generation platform known as Solid. Solid focuses on placing the control of consumer data back in the hands of the consumer. But he remains very nonpartisan in his approach. He's not just being altruistic. The Solid platform also offers many benefits to those major corporations who would choose to use it by structuring the data in a way that makes it easier for corporations to share their data with each other and access each other's data. However, it's all predicated on the key aspect that the consumer permits the access to their data. Tim Berners-Lee exemplifies what it means to be a nonpartisan leader. He leveraged multiple existing technologies, originating from sources as far-ranging as the military, academia, and business. He applied those technologies to a vision of better serving the people with equal access and knowledge. In short, Sir Tim Berners-Lee is open to new ideas from anyone, anywhere, almost any time. Each day on Boss Beat, when we talk about a core principle like today is nonpartisan, we also focus on some of the supporting attributes. The first attribute today is give questions, not orders. Ask questions, not orders. When you direct others, you shut down the opportunity for growth and innovation. Use questions, not orders. Second is collaborate. Pulling others into your vision expands the capacity of creation. Your mom was right when she said 2 heads are better than 1. And last, listening. the next time you speak with someone, especially someone who might be outside your normal circles of communication, challenge yourself to listen more than you've listened before. Each episode of Boss Beat, we also like to look at a quote for motivation. Today we're going to go back to Sir Tim Berners-Lee. He said, "We could say that we want the web to reflect a vision of the world where everything is done democratically. To do that, we get computers to talk with each other in such a way as to promote that ideal." I would argue the same is true as we lead people. And so, as you seek to be and build better bosses in your own business, some questions to challenge yourself and work on that growth. First, how is your leadership at work like Tim Berners-Lee leadership philosophy? Are you open to new ideas from unlikely areas? And of course, if not, how are you going to fix that today and moving forward? Each day on Boss Beat, we cover one of the great principles of the acronym model of servant leadership. They're populating on your screen now. Selflessness, empathy, resolve, virtuousness, authenticity, nonpartisanship, and thoroughness. Where do those come from? The acronym model of servant leadership. Why? Because there are hundreds of great leadership books out there. The only problem is most of them are based on one person's perspective, a single individual's lived experience. Here at Modern Servant Leader, we focus on the 2 decades of research, consolidating, condensing the consistencies across those books to give you the top 7 core principles supported by hundreds of attributes, so that you know the information you get is tried and true, practical, and applicable in your workplace. If you like this sort of information that's focused on what you can take back to the workplace today and apply, please check out modernservantleader.com. There you will find gobs of free resources, as well as links to courses I offer with a very similar approach. I'm Ben Lichtenwollner. Until next time, my friends, keep serving.